My name is Rachel Horn. I live in Charleston, South Carolina. My 9-year-old son, Wells, was diagnosed with Janssen-DeVries syndrome almost 5 years ago. He certainly exemplifies the Janssen-DeVries syndrome spirit. He's very social and happy. He does have some neurodevelopmental delays, and that's what ultimately led to finding our diagnosis.
Janssen-DeVries is a rare genetic condition that was first described in 2017. It's a condition called by what we call a pathogenic variant or harmful mutation in the PPM1D gene. When we think about genes, they're essentially the instruction manuals for our bodies, or the recipe books for our bodies. They tell us how we grow and how we develop. We know that having extra or missing pages in the recipe can ultimately change the final product. And when we think about our genes, that can ultimately result in particular medical or developmental concerns. My name is Meg Keating, and I'm a clinical genetic counselor at the Greenwood Genetic Center in Charleston, South Carolina. Like many genetic conditions, Janssen-DeVries is extremely variable, but we think about it as primarily a neurodevelopmental condition, with primary features being varying levels of developmental delay, intellectual disability, hypotonia, and behavioral concerns such as autism or ADHD. There can be an increased risk of other health complications for individuals who have Janssen-DeVries, such as gastrointestinal issues, visual concerns, or having some unique facial features. Sometimes we find that kids who actually have Janssen-DeVries are referred to genetics with suspicion for another more well-known and common syndrome, Williams syndrome.
When Wells was 3, the pediatrician finally looked at me seriously and said it was time to consider genetic testing. He was suspecting Williams syndrome, so we turned to Greenwood Genetics. Ultimately, after a whole exome sequencing test, we found out that Wells has Janssen-DeVries syndrome.
My name is Michael Lyons. I'm a clinical geneticist at the Greenwood Genetic Center in Charleston, South Carolina. Many times we make rare diagnoses which are the first cases in the world, or maybe one of the few cases ever reported. There was almost no information known about the condition. There was no foundation to turn to, so we weren't able to provide the appropriate information for the family. However, there was a personal connection where we were able to connect Wells' family to another family in California, which got the ball rolling to starting the Janssen-DeVries Foundation.
Once I finally was able to get on the call with another parent, it just felt like I had found family that I'd been looking for. In 2019, we finally formed the Janssen-DeVries Syndrome Foundation. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have a website that families can find information immediately. We hope to use this website and our fundraising efforts to continue our mission to connect families, researchers, and medical professionals.
Okay, my name is Wells, and I'm 9 years old. My doggy say hi. Hi, camera. I have Janssen-DeVries syndrome, and no kids in my class don't have Janssen-DeVries syndrome. I'm the only one. If we could have a party, invite all the JdVS friends, it would be so much fun. And bye! And bye!
Go back. Can you see me? Hop down, you did a great job.
I really wanted to see that.
In many cases, families actually are the ones who drive the change and find the answers by creating foundations and other ways to connect with each other. And now that the foundation has been formed, patients and families can connect with each other much more quickly and effectively than they could in the past.
When Wells was diagnosed in 2017, we believe there were less than 20 individuals with JdVS worldwide. We can proudly say now in 2022 that we've connected over 150 individuals globally and their families.